particular?
What sticks out? From all of them or just the first one?
Just the first one.
I think, the excitement level going down to that first tee shot for me was something very special. It's hard to explain, and I've tried to explain to a number of people, through the years what that tee shot means and what the feeling is in your body when you're walking down to that tee shot. And as a player that's, played in, multiple majors now, it's different. Walking to the first tee at Augusta, walking to the first tee at St Andrews, walking to the first tee in the Ryder Cup is that different that it's very hard to explain. It's hard to explain to someone that hasn't had to hit that tee shot before. So for me, when I think back to 2004, the stand is nothing like what we have today. So, it really is going to be quite a special moment, Friday. And it's going to be very interesting to see.
Go to David on microphone 4.
Over here, Paul. You've been part of teams where I'm sure Tiger was a big part of the discussions and the need to make a statement when he's on the tee. Is that even more so after Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, look, when you watch the coverage, and I did watch the coverage to see him win again, it was good for golf. In fact, it's amazing for golf. I think it's good for him personally to get back over the line from 2013. I think it's been a long time. There were definitely question marks when I only think back just a short period of time when I kind of was struggling a bit, and I looked to see where he's been. It's quite inspirational to see how he's come back, as good as he's come back. And to win the way he did was extremely impressive. As a golf fan perspective, I think it's great. For the Ryder Cup, I think it's great. And, it is good to have, Tiger Woods playing the type of golf he's playing because he certainly makes the Ryder Cup even more special.
Go to mic 1 on the far right, John.
Ian, what's your social media policy this week?
I've been active on it. I mean, I'm tweeting. Would you like to be in the next picture, or? I mean, the policy is obviously we can use social media. We just obviously need to respect the boundaries of the team room. The team room's there for privacy, for us to have a little bit of downtime away from, the golf course action. So, yeah, we need to respect people's privacy in the team room.
Okay, mic 3 at the front, please.
Ian, we all know it's there for us all to see your passion and your fire in this version of an event. I'm wondering if you could run me through the pros and cons of you having another fiery partner versus, say, an ice cool guy like Rose or Stenson. Like, what's the pros and cons of either? Yeah.
10 million cool.
Yeah.
Well, I've played a bit with obviously Justin through the years and been pretty successful. I've had a role where I play with Stephen Gallagher, obviously at Glen Eagles, and obviously Stephen's a different type of character, a lot quieter. So it's going to be interesting this week who I'm going to be paired with. Is it going to be with an experienced player, or is it going to be with one of the rookies? So there is a big difference between the two, and whoever I'm partnered with, needs to be comfortable with how I am on the golf course, and I need to be comfortable with them.
Do you prefer another rah-rah guy, or do you want someone that maybe levels you out at the moments you might need?
A ram or a rah-rah? I don't mind.
He's one of them. He's another fiery guy, right?
I mean, I really don't mind. Whoever Thomas feels that's whoever I'm going to be playing with, I'll be very happy. We got a strong team, and I'm happy to play with any of them.
Go to Cara on mic 3, I think.
Hey Ian, I don't know if you have the whole family with you here this week, but I saw
Luke's with me.
With you and Katie on the passing green yesterday. How special is that to be able to share this week with him now that he's a little bit older and really appreciates what his dad's doing?
It's very special. He was on the plane when I played my first Ryder Cup 14 years ago, and there was a lovely picture on the front of a magazine back then when he was asleep cuddling the trophy, and Sergio was leaning over the back of his chair, and he was kind of just touching the trophy, and the lid fell off and smacked Luke on the head, which woke him up. So, to be able to bring him this time round where he fully understands it. He understands golf now as a young man at 14, as a excitable character as he is. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So, it's great to have him here. He wants to be in the action. It was nice yesterday that I could take him in the team room, the locker room, show him around the surroundings. It's great. It's really nice. I mean, I'm not going to get to see a lot of him now. He stayed with us Sunday night when we arrived, but now he's with my mum and my dad in the family hotel. So, not that I'm going to get much more time with him, but I hope he has a fantastic week. I know he's going to. So yeah, it's very special to share that with him.
Question from Phil on the far right.
Ian, I think I know the answer to this question, but I'll ask it anyway. You've got a fantastic individual record in the Ryder Cup, but if I said to you, you wouldn't win a point this week, but Europe win on Sunday night, would you accept that?
Of course, 100%.
And can you just expand on that? Why does it matter so much for you to? It's not about yourself, obviously. It's about the team.
It's always been about the team, and however you go about putting that trophy in Thomas's hands, it would be a very proud moment to be part of that team. So we win together, we lose together, but as long as we win as a team, that's all that really matters.
Got a Doug on the left-hand side.
I remember talking to 3, 4, 5 Americans before Medina. If there was one player on the European side they would hate to lose to, and oddly enough, you were a unanimous pick.
Funny that.
Do you sense that, and is there part of you that relishes that?
I take it as a huge compliment, I think, more than anything else. It's a position, it's a daunting position to be in, to know that everyone really wants to take you down. But quite frankly, I want to take them down just as much. So, that's why this week is so special. You can be friends week in, week out, and be good friends with them week in, week out. But when it comes to the Ryder Cup, there's something extra special there, and it means so much to want to win and have to win.
Okay, we'll go to microphone 1 on the right.
Ian, how important is home support going to be over the next week? And do you thrive off a bit of needle between the European and American fans?
Yes. It's going to be loud this week, and obviously home support here, I think, is a huge factor in this, and it's why we have been successful for so long in Europe. When you look at the stand on the first hole, just to see that from one aspect, or when you look around this golf course, it's a perfect golf course to surround every hole with a lot of people. Home fans, even the Americans will tell you as well. On home soil, there's definitely a helping factor there. To get behind your team is a big part of trying to win that trophy.
Time for a couple more questions. Start with Neil on the right, mic 2.
Ian, you never know what's going to happen in the future, but if this were to be your last home Ryder Cup, I mean, are you thinking in those terms, drinking it all in and appreciating it more?
It
Won't be, yeah. So you're determined to play loads more?
I would. I'd like to think I've got more in me. I'll say that. I mean, I really do. I think how I've played this year is hopefully the start of me kicking forward again, to playing some more. I don't want to think, the reason I answered it that way is I don't want to think this is my last hurrah. I want to be part of Team Europe moving forward, and I would obviously like to play some more. It's that special to be part of a playing member of a team. But if it is and I can support it in other ways, then that will be great as well.
Just related to that, it does seem the passion you've had from the start, you still feel the same way about putting the European jersey on now that you always have.
I'm more excited today than I was in 2004.
Okay,
if that's possible.
Final question from David in the middle, please.
Poulter, you know the course probably as well as anyone, and you've had a fair bit of success around there. How great an advantage is it going to be for yourself and the other European guys who also know it pretty well?
I definitely think it's a help to us for sure. You know, as much golf as we've played, I think it's probably the most played venue as a Ryder Cup venue for all of the European players that have played. So we definitely have a feel of how this golf course has played in very different weather conditions as well. We've got a mixed wind this week. I think in practice rounds it's going to be from one direction. It switches, come what Friday. So we would have experienced that in all the rounds that we've played round here. So yeah, I definitely think we have, we have an understanding of how this golf course can play.
Okay, well, Ian, thank you for joining us. We wish you well this week.
Thank you.